back. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with my co-host, Andrea Kay and Al Arias. And we have our next guest coming in, Mr. Joel Herzer from Wangs, North Park. Welcome, Joel.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Great. So tell us a little bit about Wangs, and you have I'm going to call it a storied history and a great present. Who knows what the future will bring us, but tell us a little bit about Wangs and where your history comes from and how you got started.
Well, we started in Palm Springs about 10 years ago. We opened up a restaurant there in a building that had been a Chinese restaurant for 20 years. It had been the biggest Chinese restaurant in the Coachella Valley. Bob Hope used to go there, Frank Sinatra. The family-owned business had closed down. So when we opened up, we thought it was better to keep it a Chinese restaurant. I'm not your typical Chinese restaurant owner. I'm not from China. But anyway, so it did very well. And looking towards the coast, we saw North Park as a developing area. This was about 5 years ago that we first saw our building, which is the old J.C. Penney building. It had been closed for about 3 years, so we took over the space and built the restaurant. We used some of the redevelopment dollars that the city still had at that time, and we're able to open up, and we're almost 3 years now, doing very well.
Great. Well, taking over a J.C. Penney building, that doesn't seem to match a Chinese restaurant, so how did you come about doing that?
Well, I looked at it, and just the scale of it was a little daunting, but we decided that if we broke it up, we just recently rented the basement to Undisputed Gym. They have about 3 locations here in San Diego. They moved in from across the street. And we still have the upper floor, which is about almost 10,000 square feet, that's available for somebody that has some vision, starting at about 50 cents a square foot. So it's a pretty good deal to be right in the heart of North Park and to have all that space.
That's a huge undertaking. If you have 10,000 square foot on the top floor, you probably have about the same on the bottom floor, and that's a lot of space for a restaurant to take over.
The whole building is 40,000 square feet. Wow. We kind of done it a little bit in phases. We opened up the main floor, and about a year and a half ago, we opened up the mezzanine area with another bar, and we use it for banquet facilities. We can seat about 100 people up there, do a cocktail receptions for 150. And with kind of the economy of scale, we've been able to keep our prices at a point where a lot of restaurants that are that size have to charge a lot more. So we're able to do things for the community, for charitable groups. It won't affect our core business, and we can do things and be open at the same time while helping out the community.
Well, I love the concept because, I love Chinese food, traditional Chinese food. I mean, I love all the, modern versions, but I love a place that still has traditional Chinese food as well as a modern take on Asian cuisine.
We do a lot of traditional stuff. We try to introduce things to our guests that might be a little bit different and see how they react to it. We recently had a menu change, and some of the stuff, quite frankly, didn't go over very well. So we went back to some of the tried and true and kept the things that people did like, and now we're introducing things a little bit more slowly. So there's always a special, there's always something different. I kind of keep my nose to the ground to see what people are interested in and bring it to them. And mainly it's the neighborhood that dictates, what they like. Because being in North Park, we're definitely a neighborhood restaurant. We don't get a lot of the tourists from downtown. We've got 5,000 people within like a half a mile of us, and they can walk there and walk home. And parking is always an issue in the city. So we depend on our regular customers in the neighborhood to keep us going.
Well, North Park is I know that we spent years with downtown, with Petco, with redevelopment, with all Horton Plaza, all that stuff that redeveloped there. North Park is probably the next area that's going that way, isn't it?
It's exploded. It's crazy. When we first looked at it, I walked the neighborhood probably about 6 years ago. The building was vacant then. I walked it a year later. It was still vacant. It took a while for me to get my head around that space because it was so big. And in the meanwhile, since we've opened, they must have at least 6 or 7 other restaurants that have just opened. It just keeps going and going. There's probably 5 or 6 microbreweries in the neighborhood now. Hess is like our immediate neighbor. We're so fortunate to have that, and it's brought a whole uh, more people into the neighborhood than even we expected. And it's fun. It's fun. North Park, it used to be the hub of San Diego.
Sure.
I like to say that North Park is the heart of San Diego, because you can be at North Park almost from anywhere in the city in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And we think that it's just going to get bigger and bigger, and yeah, we're kind of happy that we were there in the beginning. So. Yeah.
Well, you must. I'm wondering if you've got a team of people, because that was a big undertaking, and it's a beautiful space that you have that you've created there. How did you pull that off?
Well, I have some business partners and a lot of good friends, and
With good taste.
with good taste. Yeah,
Yeah.
one of our business partners partner is an interior designer, and he did a lot of the
Okay.
he did a lot of the things that I never could have done myself.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It was definitely a collaborative effort. And it keeps growing. We're right in the middle of just actually today. I just picked up the permits so that we can open up the front of the building a little bit to kind of have an outdoor patio area to give us a little bit more street visibility. Because believe it or not, even being one of the largest buildings in the neighborhood, the largest building in the neighborhood, people don't realize that we're there. They'll walk in and say, "We had no idea that this place was so beautiful."
Right.
Yeah. Well, I love the entrepreneurial spirit. How many restaurants out there want to take on the challenge of a 40,000 square foot building?
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are crazy. I mean, have you always been insane?
I have.
Palm Springs and out here. I mean, what did you do before Wangs?
Well, we had my original restaurant was in Laguna Beach. It was a place that had been there for a long, long time and fallen into disrepair. And we took that over and did a complete makeover on that. And but it was quite small. It was probably, the whole restaurant was probably 2,600 square feet. And the building in Palm Springs is about 10,000 square feet also. And it kind of harkens back to the days of the big Chinese palaces, where everybody would come in and there was a bustling atmosphere, and you kind of need that. You need that because at the end of the day, it's not costing you a lot of money to go in there, so you have to get the volume to kind of make some money, and that's kind of what we know is available in San Diego, the 8th largest city in America. And there's enough people to fill up a place like that on a nightly basis.
Yeah. That's great. You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business here on KFSD AM 1450, Bloomberg Radio, and streaming live on the web at financialnewsandtalk.com. Give us a tweet at CloseUpSD or find us on Facebook. We want to hear from you. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with my co-host, Andrea Kay, and Al Arias, and our guest is Mr. Joel Herzer from Wangs North Park. So if I come by the restaurant, and I do this for all the restaurants that come on. Okay,
yeah, you do.
Jason Gethin over at table number 10, we had to go in there, and he told us, try the fried chicken skins, which were fabulous. So what do I have to try that's different when I come to your restaurant?
Well, everything that we do is house made. It's made on a daily basis. So I'm partial to our dumplings. I think we have the best dumplings in town.
Great.
They're a little different from a lot of the traditional dumplings. We have sriracha cream cheese wontons, which people just love. Right now we're experimenting with lotus buns with different fillings and such, kind of a different take on traditional baos that you can get down in Chinatown. So anything on our happy hour menu, we do happy hour every day until 7 o'clock, and we do a great special half off on all of our appetizers. And then with great drink prices and stuff, you can go in there and for like less than $20, you can go home full and don't have to worry about dinner.
Wow, that doesn't happen very many places in San Diego.
It honestly, it's the best happy hour in the city.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have to help me pick Andrea up out of the chair.
I know, I die over here.
So, but that's great.
Now, what's in your future? You planning more locations? Or just more development?
Well, right now, we're trying to kind of complete the whole project. I mean, the whole idea was to get some kind of an outdoor area. Like I said, we just pulled our permits today, and we're going to start on the front of the building. We're looking forward to getting a lot of holiday bookings right now. we do buyouts and a lot of Christmas parties, and we still have some space available. So I'm really concentrating on this restaurant at this time.
Well, I love what you guys are doing for the community. I know you had a big event recently for the community there that had some bigs.
It was
some
great.
Big wigs.
Yeah,
tell everybody about that.
Well, last summer the neighborhood was had an unfortunate incidents of some women being attacked on a random basis, and the community came together and formed committees, worked with the police department, the council office. Todd Gloria's office was amazing, and put together task force to hit this problem, of safety in North Park. So we addressed all that. They did make an arrest. They feel it's a very strong case against this individual. The attacks have stopped. And we just felt that it was time for us to thank everyone that was involved. And so we brought together the council office. Todd Gloria was on hand to make the introductions. Chief of Police was there. She was wonderful. And a lot of the officers that were involved in the situation, the community groups. And we felt it was kind of a closing of that horrible chapter in the neighborhood, and let San Diego know that North Park is safer than it was even before this all started. And thank the people that were responsible for that. And it was a good turnout. We had the neighborhood was there to thank them. Yeah, it was a fun night. It was fun.
See, I love that because it's a community coming together around food.
Right.
See, that's always the best way to do it.
Well, Todd
I'm from the South. That's how we roll.
The Council Glory, Todd said that he'd never seen so many happy faces.
Right.
So I don't know if it was the food or everyone was just happy about the mugger being caught, but it was a great night, and we welcome more events like that. And people want to contact us at info@wangsnorthpark.com. With their ideas to do something community based. We're there.
Tell you, we're starting to run a little short on time, so tell our listeners how they find out more about you. We've got the info at Wangs North Park, was that? A website,
social media,
social
Facebook,
media,
Twitter.
Address.
Yeah, we're on Twitter at Wangs North Park. We're social, the Facebook, of course, Wangs North Park at Facebook. Info at Wangs North Park is the best way to get a hold of me. That comes directly to me.
And the menu obviously is online.
The menu's on our website
hours.
at wangsnorthpark.com.
Now, what if somebody's interested in the space that you have there?
For
the upstairs,
they can contact me at info. I can arrange a tour for them. It's an amazing space. It's an amazing opportunity at a great price. It just needs somebody that has the vision to say this is something that I can make into a great space for my company, for whatever I'm doing, and be in a neighborhood that is frankly probably the most vibrant up and coming neighborhood in the city.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Alrighty.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
And one last note: the address for people. You're at 3029 University Avenue,
right,
down in North Park. Great. I appreciate you being with us.
Well, thank you very much.
We look forward to coming by and trying your cuisine.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Great. Thanks. You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business, where we get up close and personal with homegrown San Diego business and the people that are working hard to make a difference in our community. Send us a tweet at CloseUpSD or just find us on Facebook and let us know what you think. I'm your host, Barry Waxler. We'll be right back after this word from our sponsors.